hello and welcome to Game Week 2 of the Premier League. We are at Game Week 2 of the Premier League already. It has gone so fast. Mr. Last week's guest, Mr. Drogba Jr. got himself 31 points, and that is what the benchmark is for the new Premier League season. And this week's guest is Maisie.
Thank you, Dan, for having me on the channel once again. I really appreciate it.
Before we get into it, here's this. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan10 at checkout. Peace. Keep using the checkout code, boys, because it gives you a superb discount, boys. And now we're going to start off with Brighton versus Manchester United. Now, on game week number 1, Man United scraped. When I mean scraped, I mean scraped past a Fulham team to win 1-0 thanks to a goal from Joshua Zirkzee on his Premier League and Manchester debut and his Old Trafford debut as well. And Brighton beat Everton easily by 3-0. They top the league at the moment. Yeah. But we know us and Brighton have had previous before in the league, by Brighton beating us 4-0 on one of the opening days at home last or a few seasons ago. And I'm going to say, Man United to win it 2-0. And Maisie, what are you saying in this game?
So, the first game, Brighton, Man United. I think this could go either way. Man United, good lineup, good team. But then Brighton have been having 4 good seasons. So I'm going to sit a 2-2 draw for that game.
And now we move to Man City versus Ipswich Town. Welcome to the Premier League, Ipswich. Liverpool game week 1, Man City game week 2. Well, that's definitely no points again there, and I'm going to keep this game short. Man City beat Chelsea 2-0. And I'm going to say this game will be 4-0 to Man City. And Maisie, are you agreeing with me or not?
Man City, Ipswich. Right, this is the one game where I feel like Man City going to dominate. Man City have a very good attacking lineup with Haaland, Foden, all of that. Their defenders are class, so I think it's going to be 5-0 to Man City. I know that's a lot, but their attackers are great and they have really good defenders. And I haven't seen much of Ipswich, and so I think it's going to be either 5-0 or 5-1.
And now we go to Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. Now, Everton, as we know, are a good team. They lost to Brighton on the weekend, and Tottenham beat Leicester. Drew to Leicester, thanks to Jamie Vardy. We'll get into Leicester and Vardy in a minute. But Tottenham need to go find some form if they want to compete in a top 4 battle this season. And I'm gonna say Tottenham 2, but I'm gonna say Tottenham 2, Everton 1 maybe. And Maisie, what are you saying in this game?
Tottenham, Everton. I feel like Tottenham have a better advantage in this game, but at the same time, as I said, you really don't know. I feel like Tottenham have good attackers, like a good lineup. So I feel like I'm going more towards Tottenham winning. I'm going to say around like a 3-1 win to Tottenham.
And now we move to Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Forest, as we know, played against Bournemouth and they got a win. No, it was a draw, it was a 1-1 draw, but it was all undershadowed by a horrific injury to Danilo. Danilo, mate, we wish you a speedy recovery, mate. It was a bad one. It was a leg break. I'm not going to show any pictures on here, but it's on Twitter, boys. His ankle was like a Gameweek, but it's happened now, basically. And I'm going to say Southampton weren't that going to get Newcastle. They did lose in the end to Newcastle. I'm going to say Forest. I'm going to say it'll be a 0-0 draw. 2 draws for Forest in a row. And Maisie, what is saying in this game? Now we move to Fulham versus Leicester City. Now, Leicester, at 37 years of age, Jamie Vardy is still banging in goals for Leicester. I cannot believe at the age of 37, he's banging in the goals at 37. But I think that Fulham, with Emil Smith-Rowe's home debut, he'll be wanting to put on a show. They look good against Man U. Fulham look really good against Man U. I watched as well. They looked good against Man U. And I'm going to say that it will be Nottingham, it will be Fulham 1, Leicester 1. Another draw for Leicester City. Now we move to Maisie. What are you saying in this game? Now we
Fulham Leicester. Another game where I feel like it's going to could go either way. I feel like I'm saying a lot of draws, but then it is early. So 1-1 again, I think. Yeah, 1-1.
Move to Crystal Palace versus West Ham. West Ham drew. West Ham game. Yeah, West Ham lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. And I'm going to say that Palace looked good under. Palace got off to a shaky start against Brentford by losing it. But against the West Ham team, who are also very good. West Ham on the bounce back 2-0 to West Ham United in this game. And Maisie, what are you saying in this game as well? And now
Crystal Palace, West Ham. Crystal Palace, West Ham, I think it's going to be a great game. I think both teams are equally as good as each other. I feel like it could go either way. But I feel like as it's early, you can't really guess and you can't really see how the team's been doing. So I think it's going to be 1-1.
We move to the biggest game. Well, the second biggest game. Unai Emery versus his old club, Aston Villa. This is Arsenal. Arsenal got off to a winning start against Wolves by winning 2-0. And Aston Villa also got off to a winning start, winning 2-1 against West Ham. And I'm going to say that this game could be an interesting one at Villa Park, in front of the Villa faithful. Game week 2, home debuts for a lot of new players, and they're doing on as one of them. I'm going to say Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 2. It will be an absolute goal fest. And Maisie, what are you saying in this game?
Aston Villa, Arsenal. Going to be a good game, but as we see, Arsenal probably going to dominate. I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure. Like, they might not have like good pre-season, all this. But I have a feeling that Arsenal are going to win 3-0. But if it doesn't come 3-0, I think it's going to be 2-1 to Arsenal.
Now we move to AFC Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Now, Newcastle, as we know, are getting back to their full string team again after being injured after having a lot of injuries. But however, I think they'll have far too much for Bournemouth. I'm gonna go 2-0 Newcastle. And Maisie, what are you saying in this game? Now we move to Wolves versus keep buying Chelsea. Now, Chelsea, since you last seen me, they've signed another player. They have Tottenham as well, though. They have signed João Felix from Barcelona, and Federico de Madrid, and Conor Gallagher has gone the other way in some sort of swap deal. So they still keep the same amount of players with us one. So yeah, I'm gonna say Chelsea to win it. 1-0 Chelsea, and Maisie is saying in this game. And for the last,
right, Wolves Chelsea. Chelsea have just bought João Felix, I believe, back off. I can't remember. I know it is, but I can't remember the name off my head. But they've just bought him back, which is kind of weird. And they just got rid of Gallagher. So I'm not really sure how it's going to go. But we do have a strong attacking, we do have a strong attack, but at the same time, we're not the best. So I feel like it could go either way. But I'm gonna say, hopefully a 2-1 win to Chelsea or a 1-1 draw, 1-0 draw.
Game week number 2, it's Liverpool against Brentford. Now, Liverpool got off to a winning start under Arne Slot in the first game week of the season against Ipswich. Not convincingly, not convincingly, about not to say least. Brentford look good. Tony is coming out, but Brentford fans will Ivan Tony leave with a week or so left of the summer transfer window. But on the pitch, they're playing against Liverpool, who I'm going to say it will be Liverpool 2, Brentford 1. And Maisie, what are you saying in this game?
Finally, Liverpool, Brentford. This game, I feel like Liverpool are going to dominate. Some of their players, they have really good. Their goalkeeper, just their lineup in general. I feel like if Liverpool play how they've been playing for the past few seasons, they're definitely going to win this game. So I think it's going to be a 3-0 win to Liverpool. Thank you, Dan, for having me back on the channel. I really appreciate it. I hope I got half these scores right, but we don't know. It's early season. Hopefully I can come back on the channel and do some more game week predictions. But thank you, Dan, again. Goodbye.
Now, thank you all for watching this game week number 2 video. Now, you will be seeing a game week 3 predictions next week. I'm not going to spoil who's on it, but it is a very special guest. I'm not saying who it is yet. And until then, boys, have a lovely, lovely weekend. What will happen in the Premier League? Will there be more and more results happening? What will happen in the transfer window? Will more teams sign? Will less teams sign? What will happen? See you boys next week. Goodbye.